Welcome to this online training on developing a cross-border cooperation project. As you know, there are 7 key steps to preparing a good quality project. Let's now take a look at step number 4, the strategy analysis. When you've analyzed the joint problem, the roles of the stakeholders, and built an overview of the potential objectives, it is now time to determine what you and your partners can achieve within the framework of a cross-border cooperation project. You will need to decide whether you will tackle all identified objectives from the objective tree developed in the previous video, or only a few. Remember in this process not to be overambitious. Not all will be solved in cross-border cooperation, even less by only one project. Set a realistic strategy with achievable objectives. As you apply to a cross-border cooperation program, you will need to prioritize objectives that cannot be reached by acting only at national, regional, or local level, but really need this cross-border cooperation. You will have to check not only the program priorities, but also its indicators to see which objectives fit best the program strategy. You will, of course, need to consider your and your partner's fields of competence, where you can be most effective. You will also need to assess what can realistically be afforded within the budget financial limitations imposed by the program. And lastly, remember that you're most likely not the only one who's trying to solve this problem. Make sure that you can demonstrate that your planned strategy complements previous, current, or planned actions in this field and does not duplicate them. Try to identify the strategy that is most likely to produce long-lasting results that can be replicated or transferred to others more widely, so as to maximize the project's overall long-term impact. Let's now see how our project partners, Anna, Boris, and Carla, identify their strategy.
Okay, so which of these objectives will we be able to tackle in our project?
I think we should be able to address the issue with the nutrient runoff. This is a central issue of the whole objective tree. It should not take too much budget, the main investment being in testing equipment.
Well, but if we have to buy this for every farmer, it will be very expensive. We are talking about a few hundred farmers and thousands of euros per item.
Well, we even have stronger budget restrictions in the case of sewage and wastewater treatment investments.
These are valid points, of course, but remember that strategy analysis is not about selecting what to do and what not on the basis of budget restrictions only. Look, for instance, at cross-border added value or the competences of your organizations.
Okay, I see. In that respect, the sewage and wastewater issue may be even less suitable.
Looking at it from that angle, I'm afraid enforcement is not that suitable either. This is not really in our realm of competence. Besides, there is already another initiative in this area by the Ministry of Environment, at least on our side of the border.
Also, this is something that national authorities should deal with themselves. They can do it without cross-border cooperation.
So, what do? We can't only do awareness raising, surely.
It is often easiest to start at the bottom of the objective tree and go upwards. At one point, you will find that you're leaving the part which is sufficiently under your control.
Okay, I suppose we can do some kind of pilot or so and work with some farmers.
What about the shore vegetation? Can we target that?
Probably we can. It may not be extremely expensive, and if we can engage the property owners and make it sufficiently attractive for them, it sounds doable.
And we cannot leave out the measurement of oxygen and nutrient levels. This is important for awareness raising, but also for monitoring purposes. Otherwise, we won't be able to know if we are moving in the right direction.
And we should, of course, exchange the data and agree to do this regularly, even after the project ends. So we'll be able to see what works and anticipate problems and plan further actions.
Now that our partners have identified their overall project strategy, they need to define more precisely their project intervention logic. If you would like to have more details on the strategy analysis, please have a look here. Let's now move on to the next step of project development and watch the video on defining the intervention logic.